Okay, should be going. Hey, if you haven't introduced myself, if you don't know me, if you're new, my name is Sean Bleakin. I currently own either both channels, either Sean Bleakin or Sean Mist. If I want to talk to you a little bit about my origins and stuff. Hope you enjoy. Grab some snacks and popcorn and enjoy. It's a long video. So, if you don't know this, I was born on August 17, 2001, just a month before 9/11 took place, which I was actually also the only person to have graduated high school in the difficult year 2020 to be born pre-9/11. So now my other people weren't even born yet if they were born either after or the attacks. I didn't really know anyone that was born before the attacks. And, now, if you don't know this, I was born deaf, actually, which means I can't hear at all. So, what happened here, it's this little thing called cochlear implant. It helps me hear, actually, because I had two operations that were surgeries that have one I had before I was 1 year old. The other I had when I was about 6 years old. And if you don't know this, I think I have a little scar that's somewhere around here. Which I have that for a really long time. One of the cochlear implants I used to have as a kid used to be attached to my t-shirt on the back, which had battery power carrying stuff. But thankfully, it went to this where it's less hectic and carrying, thankfully, which I'm thankful for that. I also do have some form of the autism spectrum a little bit, but not as bad as where I was sensitive to anything bad or stuff. Well, I also go to New York City. It's where I have my doctor's appointments and as well as I have the surgery. Not to mention that we used to have this portable VCR TV that we used to carry for appointments. That's because I watched the videos. That's how I found my love for VHS tapes. Some videos I might have watched included some of the Thomas videos as well as Iowa Toy Trains, which is one of the video series that got me into model trains. And this is actually one of my only childhood tapes I have, other than the Bear and the Big Brass visiting the doctor with Bear. I watched this cover 2 years ago. It's called Iowa Toy Trains. This one I have for a really long time, since 2002. That's how long I've been watching these videos. As you can see, I put in this because I watched the cover to it years ago. So yeah. And this is what the cover looked like. It was created by Tom McCose, who just recently died back in August 8th of this year, so he'll dearly be missed. When I first watched the video, I was really amazed how the trains actually move by themselves without a hand being pushed, unlike the one Thomas or the other, which I was really amazed. I think I recall playing some of the hand trains, either like the Thomas one, Take One, as well as Geotrax, which were I played some of these recalling. As for the Tomy Take One, it was the only one that moved on its own. And I first got my first model train entire collection in 2006 when I was 6 years old from my grandpa, who would be on my mom's side of the family. He got me this New York Central set that I had for a really long time, which that's how I got into model trains. Sadly, he never had a chance for the passion to grow because he died on December 8, 2007, which I was depressed as a result of the passing. Didn't understood grief very well or knew I was depressed until 2009 when I was overcoming a recovery, which and I also recall some of the videos I watched as a kid. Some other train videos I watched as a kid or some shows that I was into as a kid included Blue's Clues, Lazy Town, Bear in the Big Blue House, as well as Dora Explorer and some other shows. Well, despite I ain't really watched Barney much or Bob the Builder, because I watched Barney a lot because of Bear in the Big Blue House. It's one of my favorite shows as a kid. It's kind of like a Barney puppeteer, except with an orange bear, which that show even taught me how to use a toilet in one episode, believe it or not. This show originally aired in 1997. It ended in 2006. I recall watching these VHS tapes as a kid all the time. Like, especially and stuff. I used to once, here, a link for it, and other stuff I want to talk to you about is that, other than the model trains and videos I'm into, I'm also into some Lego stop motion videos, which I recall playing some Lego toys as a kid, some of it, especially one pal named Michael Hick guy, who, if you don't know this, he's a YouTuber who have made Lego stop motion videos. He just came back last year after a 2-year hiatus from 2021, which I remember first watching his videos back in 2013 when I went to one of my babysitters, Miss Robin's house, which I was really amazed how he made the video without him being seen. He was the main reason why I got back into Legos and got into stop motion videos, which was pretty amazing. Which, my favorite videos, the pizza delivery videos, where this pizza guy forgets to put the pizza into the box, which leads to a lot of people trying to steal the pizza despite it's not theirs. Which, that's pretty preposterous. And also, I've seen a lot of trains as real trains as a kid and stuff, which I think I might have seen phase 3 or 4 once in a lifetime on my own truck. And most importantly is that some of my favorite movies as a kid included The Polar Express, which was one of my favorite train movies as a kid until Unstoppable in 2010. Which some of my favorite movies I've seen as a kid included probably Finding Nemo and maybe Cars or some other movies. Which I also fell in love with The Daylight, which is my favorite steam train that saved, which I recall first watching from one VHS called All Aboard Next Stop Fun. It's from 2000. This is where I first met The Daylight because of really amazing childhood nostalgic. The first scene was, I think it's from the 1992 convention. So, and one other thing I want. So, some of my favorite, also, I went to different schools. Here's the card for you could see it right now. Although one school I want to point out I went to is that when I was 3 years old, I think I went to one in Syracuse, and a year later, when I was 4 years old, I went to one in UPC in Utica or something. Then, yeah, just want to point out because I don't know if I could get video from the actual location. So, yeah. And also, right now, I am currently 23 years old, actually. I'm in the middle of trying to find somewhere to move to after I get my first car, first of all, before I move out of the house. Which I'm probably planning on moving out of this house completely by the time that, at least like around the end of the year or something. Just want to point out. For instance, I want to talk to you about. There've been a lot of, also, believe it or not, my grandma on my dad's side of the family was friends with the last person that boarded the Challenger rocket ship that exploded in 1986, which both her and I, when I was doing, both went to high school the same year. It's one of the most devastating things that took place in the Bleakin family history. And well, my grandparents, they used to live in Richfield Springs, New York, until they moved to Herkimer sometime in 2013. Although their health is starting to kind of decline, as after last year, my grandpa has been amputated. That's one way, I guess, was their decline health has kind of gotten bad, and where they might not be able to live in the house anymore. Which I don't know what's going to happen to them. I'm afraid that this year is going to probably be the very last year that they're going to possibly live. Or maybe not make it by the end of the year and stuff. Like, I've seen a couple of YouTube videos. I really got interested in the site. Like, the first YouTube video I think I recall watching feature either steam trains from, like, Germany or Hungary or stuff. They were pretty interesting to watch. As well as, I started my Shopbook account back in 2012 in September. I made a permanent video. Some of the videos I kept in like 2013 were temporary videos. I only had them for a little bit before I got improved. The first permanent video I made was in 2015 with the original Rails of America video. And I started the Shopbook account in 2018. Some other YouTubers I remember following including Eric's Trains, as well as some Maria Force and Offers, as well as some very interesting, as well as Dash Single from Florida, and the most interesting one is Wahhabi Ober stuff, which if you don't know him, he was the one that made the Thomas episodes that were not real episodes with the Botman trains. He started the channel back in 2007 and unfortunately closed the channel in 2017 after his mom died of breast cancer just 2 days after Christmas in 2016, which led to the end of the channel. My next video I'll be making will be talking about the rise and fall of that channel, as well as, and also around that year 2006 I discovered some train simulator videos, which it's a game where you can drive trains, build routes, and with online community. It's the likely reason that's causing a lot of these hobby shops going out of business is because the video games are kind of killing the business. As they were famous in the 2000s back in the day, which they still are with mostly trains. It's a game in Australia. I've been playing these games since 2011. From the original one I have from the iPad was my laptop that I played with the 2006 games, as well as the 2010, as well as a mini cluster trains to help them get a rise again, as well as trains a new era, as well as the newer ones I'm getting a lot into, as well as that I'm going to be building a CSX Mohawk line that will stretch from Syracuse all the way to Schenectady or something. So just want to point out. And okay, this right over here used to be one of my former train hobby shops. I'm French rolling you, but it was called Kingley Hobbies, right? This is one of my hobby shops that is around New York. We used to have a couple of these, but now there are only one left, except for with the two Hobbytown USA stores. Like, there used to be another one in Rome where I bought my first train set, and as well as one in Baldwinsville. This here was a pretty nice place, especially the owner Bill was one of the nice managers at that place. And right over here used to be a real life train we once used to have, but it was somehow got rid of in 2011. I think it might have been going to North Carolina or something. Well, we went retired to come to business in 2014. It once used to sell not just trains but guns and stuff, but it was banned in 2016 due to the thing around it. Just for a point out. another time is that I once went to J. George once, I believe. It's where my mom usually works at. I believe from 2006 to 2008, as maybe from 2012 to 2014, possibly even. So yeah, just want to point that out. So yeah. Just so you know, another thing is that I went to a couple of schools somehow. Like, this is one of the elementary schools I went to. This is McAllister. It's a few miles down, right next to the fire station and stuff. This is where I also did my very first April Fool's prank I ever did. I'm a former teacher, Mrs. Pryor, when I was in second grade, which originally I was going to be a pie in the face, but my parents rejected because it would be too messy and did a snake cannon instead one of those we had. Alright. Hey, this is, welcome. This is something I want to show you actually. Right over here is where I used to once live in, Sherrill. Because the house I lived in Sherrill near Kirby was not the original house, it was this one right here. This was number 200, I'm at 132, as you can see right there. This is where I once lived. This is where I grew up with some of the VHS tapes that I watched for the past. I believe this is also the place where I would have watched first 10 books of video stuff. And this is where the street looked like. And over there used to be my babysitter Mary, that way at that yellow house over there. And alright, cut.